man cave. Meant to be road racing, but we've got dirt bikes aplenty there.
Yeah, boys and their toys, I guess. Yeah, I prefer off-road, to be honest, more than on-road. It's more exciting for me. You know, I've been doing road racing all my life, so it kind of gets a bit repetitive. Obviously, there's always the challenge there, but for enjoying, I enjoy a lot more supermoto, motocross, dirt track. Here's a motocross bike, 250. We have the supermoto here, which is 450. This is like my joy. I put a lot of love into this. This one is not mine. This is Jules, one of my friends who races Moto3. Another 450 supermoto. The new dirt track bike, which was my motocross bike, which has been converted to dirt track. Another motocross bike, and then we have the Aprilia 550, which is dog, to be honest. That's why it's in the corner. And then here we have Penny's pit bike, so she can ride around the outside of me. So yeah, this is basically where a lot of my time goes. Penny's in the kitchen, I'm in the garage. I think that's a good combination. 2013 I got the bike, so every time I had a good race I got myself like the new adjustable triple clamps, and then I'd have to wait until the next race if I did like a podium finish. Then I got myself like the quick shifter and then like a few little bling bits. But it was more like a good target because I wanted to have nice things for my bike. So it was like, okay, if I get on the podium I can have these extra little things like the fuel cap with the name engraved on it, and just, you know, little silly things, but always adds up.
It's like a computer game. The better you perform, the more trick stuff you can put on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, with computer games, you can put cheats in like I do. So I've got all the bikes the same, like the graphics are exactly the same. I'm waiting for more stuff for this one. This one's done.
You know the little bulldog character a while, they designed that?
Yeah, I've had that since Spanish Championship. In fact, it was before mini bike days. Someone, Alex Heaton his name was, used to race from. His brother was an artist. He'd done a small design of the dog we've got with on a bike, and then it's just developed. And then my mate I used to race, we did another one with a shield and a sword in the back, and it's developed and developed. And every 2 or 3 years it's developed. Now it's come to that, which is like the same design on my helmet, you know, with the flag and the star, and it's just different designers have done their own effect to it, and it's just got to that. But was my uncle's dog that used to come racing with us all the time was a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, but he passed away like 4 years ago, but just still kept it because I've had him all the time really.
Scott, let's talk about the season ahead. So brand new bike, the bike that we've all been hoping that you were going to get to ride, and you've got it. We've known about it for some months, and you've ridden it twice now. What are your prospects? What are your goals? What are your hopes?
No, I'm super impressed with the bike, the team, the layout. You know, just to get that one opportunity. You know, I can't thank Estrella Galicia, VDS, all the guys put a little bit in to bring it together in such short time. It's been amazing. Actually, the bike's been great. I've got the Olins and Brembo now, the factory Honda. And to be fair, it's been sweet. I've just been plugging away, took the electronics off, and I've just had the raw power, just getting used to it, play with it. And in Qatar, we're going to try and make the next step and try and get closer to the guys.
Any benchmarks that you are setting yourself or the team are setting you this season?
My target is to try to do top 7, top 6 in the championship. I'd like to jump on the podium once, maybe twice in the season. That's I think a reasonable target. But my first short target is to try and beat Crutchlow, because we have the same bike. It's not to do because he's Brit or whatever, just we've both come from kind of different machinery onto satellite team with a sort of factory Honda really, so I think it's a good benchmark for me to set for Qatar in the first few races.
What do you think your best opportunities is going to be for the season?
In what way?
In way of getting on the podium?
It depends really, it really depends. I think it's going to come a bit later in the season because I need to understand how these guys are racing and stuff. But in my head every race is a possibility, you know. Silverstone sure is one of the biggest ones because I just feel so good at home. Qatar even so also feels really good, so we'll have to see.
What are the main differences between the bike you were riding last year against this year?
Biggest differences between the bike, the factory bike, obviously you've got more horsepower but you have less fuel to use. We don't get the soft tyre. You know, last year we had the soft tyre, more fuel, but the bike didn't quite have the power. So it's not a massive difference, but there is something there. That raw power does make the biggest difference for us. And you know, in the test in Sepang, there were some guys with the soft tyre, and they make, you know, 7/10 quicker just one lap with the soft tyre. So the qualifying is going to be one of the most difficult parts this season.
Do you think the entire grid's getting a little bit closer? We saw the top 14 and Sepang covered by 1 second.
Yeah, it's going to be tight for qualifying. The race will be different, you know, because they can't use the soft tyre in the race. If they can, it's going to drop off. So we need to see in the first few races how it plans out.
Are you pleased to be going back to Silverstone?
Yeah, to be honest, you know, like, I'm not fussy if it's Donington, you know, Pembrey, whatever. We have to race it. So the thing is, with Silverstone, I got a bit of history there, also with Donington, you know. But Silverstone for me is a nicer track, you know, fast flowing. It's a real man's track, you know, and I think a lot of riders really like Silverstone for them reasons.
You seem very relaxed in your preparation for the season ahead. I know you've got the bike for 2 years. Is it a make or break season?
Yeah, this, you know, and I will say the truth, this year is basically that one opportunity that you always wait to get. I've got it for 2 years, and if I can't make it with a factory Honda with one of the best teams out there, then forget it, you know, I can't make it, you know, I have to do some other things. But that is my true plan and goal, is to really start to fight towards the front, especially the second season. I need to make the results. This year is kind of a learning year, but I have to impress.
So that leads me to one of 2 very important questions for you. What would you be doing if you weren't a MotoGP rider?
I think, well, what would I do? I'm not sure. There's not many things I can do. You know, I'm not like the sharpest knife in the box. So I've always thought about being an on-land scuba instructor. I think I've got some good elements, and I reckon I could work well with that.
And finally, Scott, everybody wants to know, what music do you listen to when you're on the grid?
I've listened to many things, you know. I've had Eminem in the past, Green Day, you know, mix it up a bit. But the one that just really hits it for me is Peter Andre, Mysterious Girl. Just don't know what it is, gets me right in the zone, chilled out, and that's for me, race face.
That's worth 2 tenths.
3.
Genius. Good man.
Trying to keep a straight face.
Well,